Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Cecilia, but I go by the name CeeChronicles on all my social media platforms. Now, if you're joining me for the very first time, I post fragrance related content on this channel, guys. And I do post weekly and consistently. So if that sounds like something that interests you guys, please do consider joining us here by subscribing. I'd appreciate it if you became part of the family. To those who are returning, thank you so much, guys, for the continued support. I appreciate you as always. Now, welcome to a fragrance review video, guys. By popular demand, today we have YARA TOUS. Now, if you have used Lattafa YARAs, you will know that they all come in this standard box with the standard print. The only difference is the colors. Now, YARA TOUS comes in that orange, print. And the good thing about this particular one is it does have an authenticity sticker right there. So for those who are concerned about the fakes that are about, please do make sure that you do get one with an authenticity sticker right there. As for the bottle, guys, it is like the rest of them, but it is in orange. So that is YARA TOUS for you guys. I am going to spray this fragrance in its box, and I'm also wearing it as my fragrance of the day. And this is not a first impressions. I'm just spraying it in its box, guys, for the purposes of me to have a reference point as well as for you to see the atomizer. So that is the atomizer for YARA TOUS. There's plenty there. Now, the notes listed for this fragrance, guys, are coconut, mango, and passion fruit at the top. And the mid of this fragrance has jasmine, heliotrope, and orange blossom. And the base has vanilla, cashmere, and musk. The good thing about this fragrance, guys, is the notes are exactly what you're going to smell. So it's not one of those fragrances that they put some notes there and you're thinking, wait a minute, does it really have this? Okay, so it opens up with a sweet burst of a ripened mango. That is what you're going to get from this fragrance, guys. Very fruity, very tropical from the onset. Now, when I sprayed this fragrance the very first time I got it, 10-15 minutes in, I was like, wait a minute, are you damage control for YARA moi? That's what came into mind, because what you get at the opening of this fragrance is a feel of the original YARA, a burst of that ripened mango, working with that feel of that peach that you get from YARA moi, and a pineapple, and like a banana there. But this time it works. So this is why I kind of thought, did they have to do or make this one quickly just to damage control? But anyway, before I lose you there, guys, this fragrance does take its own identity in the dry down. So it's not something that should concern you. It's not a fragrance that I'm going to say, no, it is, there's no need for you to get this if you have YARA. No, this one feels a lot different. This is a tropical take to, that mix. There is an unmistakable, feel of both fragrance, as in it feels as though they used both fragrance as a base and then punched that base with a lot of passion fruit, a mix of a lot of fruits and a very sweet vanilla. So this is going to be a sweet fragrance. And to top it off, guys, as you get that feel of all those fruits, there's going to be what feels like a coconut that just bulldozes into the mix. And as this coconut comes into this mix, this is gonna leave some people conflicted, as in it feels a bit heady there. It just feels as though the coconut is doing a little too much. Like it's on the fence there. It feels like too much of a good thing. And it is that point that if you don't give this fragrance a chance, you're gonna think maybe it's gonna be too heady. This is for some. For some, it's just going to come across as, oh, this is such a beautiful fragrance. I can totally do this. But I just have to point it out that for some, in that 20-30 minutes mark, as it mixes, before it really settles to its actual dry down, it's going to, leave you there on the fence. But if you are patient enough to let this fragrance do its thing, it's not going to identify with either of the two fragrances that they've used there in the base, which is the YARA original and the moi. It's going to take its own identity, soothing and softening, that coconut, becoming a seductive, captivating, powdery, very soft coconut scent there with light florals. That is what you're going to get. But by soft, Let me clarify. This concoction is not lightweight. It is soft in the sense that it dries down to a like a less upbeat, coconut fragrance there, not leaning buttery or anything, but just a soft, almost creamy, let me say lactonic, very soft feel of that coconut. So that is what it's going to dry down to. Good news about this one is, for those who like a fragrance that's going to project, this one does. This is going to leave a trail as well. The mix is such that it can even do like cooler weather and cold weather and winter, that sort of thing. It's just giving a fragrance that can hold its own. So if you are the sort of person that likes, compliments and stuff, this fragrance is going to give it to you. Now, did we need Yara TOUS? I'm going to say absolutely, because I know this might be an unpopular opinion, the fact that I feel Yara Moi has something wrong with it. This one has an identity. This one is saying something. It's a tropical, enjoyable, sweet, leaning creamy kind of fragrance. This you can describe. When it came to Yara Moi, it's a fragrance that I couldn't classify. I wasn't sure what they were going for. But this I feel, yes, we needed this one. It's different enough from the Yara original to have this. It's not going to be a fragrance that's redundant. Say, for instance, you had the Yara. From the selection, it is a fragrance that you can look at the selection and say, no, today I feel like smelling like this. I think this time they got it right. It's almost as if in the fragrance factory, somebody said, let's fix this. That's just how I feel about this fragrance. So if you do have Yara Moi and you love Yara Moi, then you're definitely going to love this, because there's traces of it, just slight traces of it. But this time with that mango domineering, working together with a coconut and then the light florals there, making sure that this fragrance, doesn't become an outright floral. It holds its own as a tropical from start to finish. It holds its own as a fruity fragrance from start to finish, without maybe somebody claiming this one to be leaning more floral. So it's going to lean more fruity than it does the florals, and it's going to keep, of course, that sweet vanilla texture to it. In terms of lasting power, I hate talking about lasting power, especially if a fragrance is less than a month old within my collection, but I'm going to have to say this is promising to have a great lasting power, because even as a fragrance that I have just started to use, I can smell this fragrance, guys. 4 or 5 hours in, I can still smell this fragrance. So as the mixture, macerates to become a better and more settled juice, this is obviously going to do more. So yes, it does promise to have the same performance as the original Yara, because if you've used the original Yara, you will attest to the fact that that is a long-lasting fragrance. So I do get this. I do get a similar thing from this fragrance. If you're a coconut lover, absolutely you can buy this fragrance. You will get the coconut, you'll definitely smell it, and you will definitely smell an unmistakable mango. So yeah, guys, that is what I can say about Yara TOUS. I see this one being a favorite for a lot of people, guys. This is unique enough to have within your collection, and it's different from some of the Lattafas that they have done there. Doesn't feel Middle Eastern, does feel crowd pleasing, Western leaning, that sort of thing. If you like your tropical fragrances, you're absolutely going to get it from this. A passion fruit fragrance that leaves up to the expectation of anybody who loves passion fruit. You're going to get that with that, of course, coconut backdrop. So that's it for today, guys. We were here to talk about Yara TOUS. I would love to know in the comment section, guys, if you do have this fragrance and if this review was helpful. Let us meet in that comment section where we discuss more about fragrances. Do turn on post notifications as well. That way you get to be notified anytime I upload a video. Also, do remember to like and share this video. And remember, guys, that smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.